Right, so in today's video, I'm going to be explaining exactly when you should be fertilising your lawn and how you can actually tell if your lawn is due for the feed. So you can see this is the lawn that I did the renovation on a few months ago. All the spaces are filled out now, especially down here. This was a bit of a problem patch for a while, but you can see, I mean, it's due to be trimmed, which I'm going to be doing, you know, in the next couple of days. But the actual lawn itself isn't looking too bad. Now, it can be hard to tell sometimes when it is actually due for like a feed or fertiliser, but one of the key indicators is that some of your grass blades start to go a little bit yellow. So you can see, if we just get a little bit closer to the lawn now, you can see there's a few blades here with a bit of yellowing on, a few there with a little bit of yellowing, and the actual grass itself starts to look a little bit less green, which I know sounds mad because obviously grass is green, but you can see the colour has gone a bit of a lighter shade of green. I think that's just deprived of a few nutrients and things in the soil itself. Now, when your grass blades do start to go yellow, it is a bit of an indicator that there is a lack of nitrogen in the soil. And when you put any granular or liquid fertiliser down, it usually contains quite a lot of nitrogen, and that'll give the grass a bit of a boost to growth, and also it'll remove any of these yellow tips from the lawn. Now, you've got to be careful when you actually do put fertiliser down, because you need to be putting it down at the right time. Now, that doesn't mean a specific time of year necessarily, but you need a good amount of rain to actually water in the fertiliser if you are putting it down in granular form. So luckily we had quite a lot of rain last night, so this grass has had quite heavy water, and we're expecting more rain this evening and tomorrow, so I'm hoping that waters it in quite well. I can always get the sprinkler on it later in the week just to give it that extra bit of water to make sure all of the fertiliser is dissolved. Now, you don't want to be putting any fertiliser down if your lawn's looking really stressed, but a good way to check is if you press down on the lawn, it should hopefully spring back up. So you can see there, the grass is starting to stand back up after I press it down, which means that it's in quite a healthy position and it's ready for some fertiliser. Now, I would usually cut the lawn before fertilising, but I cut it yesterday and there's no point in actually taking the tips off it again, given there's probably not a whole lot of growth as of yesterday. So I'm using the A1 Lawn Spring Summer Fertiliser today. It's the same fertiliser that I've been using all year and the stuff that I used last year too. So you can see we've got 10% nitrogen, which is going to give it that big boost to growth. It's going to accelerate the growth, especially with the rain and the heat we're going to have over the next few days. And it does actually contain some seaweed too. However, I will be going on with a seaweed application later this week to promote a lot of that strong root development. Now, there are instructions on the bag to tell you how much to actually put down into your lawn, but what I've found is that when I use the Scott spreader, all I've got to do is put this onto setting number 6. And as long as I do around about 2 or 3 passes across the lawn, then usually that's the right amount that I've found for my lawn anyway, to actually get it evenly distributed across everything. I don't usually measure out exactly how much I need in the spreader, but I put enough in just so there's quite a lot in there, and it's got enough space either side to get a nice even distribution across the lawn. Anything left will just go straight back in the bag once I'm done. Now, I always make sure to go an alternative way as well, just to make sure you don't end up with any sort of patches that haven't been fully fertilised. I usually just do 1/3 pass, just for good luck. Now, just something to be really mindful of. You can see now, if getting a little bit closer here, there are a few pieces of the fertiliser on the actual patio itself. As you can see here, we've got quite a few. You want to be brushing these off. If you water your lawn now whilst these are on here, what it'll do, it'll leave these orange spots on your patio like so this. because of what's in there. So just brush it or blow it back onto your lawn. And the last thing you want to do is just water everything in quite well. Now, if you are expecting rain like we are today, then you can leave your lawn, let the rain do its thing. But if it is a bit of a dry spell and there's no rain forecast, then get on with the sprinkler, leave it on for about 15-20 minutes. Do that for the next few days and it'll hopefully water everything in. And there we go. It's been around about a week now since we actually fertilised the lawn, and you can see the difference is absolutely massive. So you can just see how well all the grass is doing. It's being well watered, it's standing up nice and tall, there's a consistent colour all the way across the lawn, and you can see that even when I press down now, it bounces straight back because you can just see how healthy the blades actually are. And over the next few weeks, this lawn's only going to get better. So once you put a fertiliser down like this, you will see the effects of the fertiliser in the first few days, just like you've seen in the video so far. But as the next week or two go by, you'll notice how green the grass becomes, how thick it becomes, and it just seems in a much more healthy state. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video, or at least found it useful. If you have, feel free to give it a like, and if you'd like to check out any of my other videos, such as my garden renovation series or any of my lawn tip videos, then head over to my channel, and if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. And finally, thanks for watching.